Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for September 8th, 2023, from Revelation chapter 6, verse 5. When he opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, "Come." And I looked, and behold, a black horse, and its rider had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard what seemed to be a voice in the midst of the four living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and wine." The third horseman is riding a black horse. This black horse gives us a symbol of death, and its rider is holding a pair of scales. When we think of scales, we usually think of some sort of trade, weighing this versus how much of that. And in this case, it is true. But there's also another imagery I want to add to this. I want you to consider that in the back of your mind, if you picture the old scales being attached by some wood or metal with chains coming down from each end, it gives you a picture of something that you would call like a yoke, something that would be used to control or contain animals. Next, there's another voice in the midst of the four living creatures, which speaks. And the message it speaks is in regards to the food products. So now let's put all of this together. And we come up with the third horseman, being a horseman of death, bringing in a great famine. Why a famine? A famine controls or hampers the food supply and the lifestyle of the people, even to the point of death. So this third horseman, you could say, is a horseman of famine. Speaking of death, that'll be in the next verse. Verse 7. When he opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature say, "Come." And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. Its rider's name was Death, and Hades followed him. And they were given authority over a fourth of the earth to kill with sword and with famine and with pestilence and by wild beasts of the earth. The fourth horseman is sitting on a pale horse. Well, some have interpreted this pale to be like a ghostly green horse. And if we consider that the previous horseman was that of famine, well, it should not surprise us that this horseman would definitely be death. It's also interesting that Hades follows this horseman. Hades is the place of the dead, now personified, so to speak. So this fourth horseman was given authority to kill with the sword and with famine from that previous horseman, and with pestilence, with beasts, with any means at his disposal, per se, up to 1/4 of the people. God's peace and many blessings be with you, and thank you for listening. And please take an opportunity to share this message with others. If you have enjoyed these daily devotions, please consider making a donation to Peace Lutheran Church, 24024 West Main Street, Plainfield, Illinois, 60544. Thank you again for listening.